Okay, everybody, it is Wednesday. I'll be back tomorrow. We do have a quiz, which I know doesn't seem fun for you, but that's just kind of the way it goes. So, Chapter 6 review. Hopefully, Mr. Fredericks has passed this out to you. If not, go ahead and pause the video, and he'll pass those out. So let's take a look at question number 1, okay? So, angle B is 55 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and label 55 in there. 55 degrees. Angle C is 45 degrees. Okay, there we go. And I know that AD bisects angle BAC. Well, if that's the case, then this angle's cut in half. Well, first I'm going to find all of angle A from 180 degrees. So I know that angle A, I'll work up here, angle A is can equal 180 degrees, right? Full triangle minus my 55 plus my 45. All right, let's just do that in my calculator real quick. I can just do 180 minus my parentheses, 55 plus 45 parentheses, and I get 80. So angle A is 80 degrees. So that means that, let me grab my red pen. That means that this angle is 40 degrees and this angle is 40 degrees, okay? Now if I need ADC, then I need that angle there. So let me look at just, let's call it the yellow triangle. Okay, let's look at the yellow triangle, which is triangle ADC, and I know in a triangle 180 degrees, so to find angle D, let's just go 180. We're going to minus my 40 plus my 45, and use my calculator, 180 minus parentheses, 40 plus 45, and I get an answer of about 95 degrees. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Okay, number 2, find the point of balance. Well, that means that we've got to find the centroid, okay? So we've got to find the centroid. Nope, end center, my bad. I've got to find the end center. So if I want to find the end center, what I'm going to have to do is bisect the angles. Okay, so if I bisect the angles, if I use a protractor, let's see here. If I had an angle of, let's see, this angle is about 66 degrees. Half of that is 33 degrees, so it's right about there. Draw that in carefully, okay? Draw that in about there. And then I'm going to bisect my other angle. Just use my protractor, that's the easiest way for me to do it. About 72 degrees, half of that would be 36 degrees, so 36 degrees is about there. If I get going too fast, have Mr. Fredericks stop it. So I measured my angle, 72, cut it in half. That's probably the point right there. Then if I were to take and bisect this angle, about 40, awfully close to 40, isn't it? Maybe 42. Maybe 42 degrees. If I cut that in half, 21. It's about there. And of course, the 3 should intersect in a single point right there in the middle. Okay. There we go. That's my point. And I want to see the construction. I want to see some kind of construction tomorrow, okay? All right. Let's go to 3. And all right, unless you need time catching up. Mr. Fredericks can always pause it. Okay, number 3. PF and QF are angle bisectors. So if they're angle bisectors, then they cut it in half, right? So let's see. PF, if that's an angle bisector, then if that's 30, that's 30. Angle bisector, right? If that's 30, then that's 30, okay? And QF, let's see. QF, we don't know what QF is, but I do know that angle is equal to that angle. I just have to figure out what it is. Okay, so let's figure out what it is. I do know in a triangle, 180 degrees. So let's look at the full big triangle, okay? Let's look at the big triangle. Okay. full big triangle. And I'm going to go ahead and take 180 minus my 60, right? 60 plus 73. Let's see what I get, okay? 180 minus parentheses 60 plus 73, and I get an answer of, oh, that's not right, 180 minus parentheses 60 plus 73. Okay, I get an answer of 47, okay? That means angle Q equals 47. Now, if that's a bisector, okay? So if I know that FQ is an angle bisector, I cut that in half, all right? So 47 divided by 2 is 23.5. So this angle's 23.5, and this angle's also 23.5. So if I want to find FQP, let's see, FQP, it's just going to equal 23.5 degrees. Okay, there we go. All right, number 4, let's see. Well, what happens is when we have the start and end center, it cuts things into thirds, right? Cuts it into thirds. So if I have SP, let's see, SP is 27. So if I take my 27 and divide my 27 into 3 parts, right? It equals 9. So here's what I know. Do it in red. So if the whole thing is 27, and this side's 9, and this is a 9 and a 9, which makes an 18, okay? UM, see, UM is 13, right? And that's a third. So if UM is 13, then this is going to be a 13 and a 13, which is a 26, okay? So let's figure it out. Find SM. Let's see, SM is 9. MR is 26, and UR is, let's see, 13 plus 26, the whole thing has to be 39. Okay, that's my answers. Because it cuts it into thirds, we talked about that the other day. Of course, from there, we can go ahead and just get it done. Okay, 5. 5's easy. This is a mid-segment, okay? So we know that if these are equal, that's a mid-segment. CD is half of that. If that's 8x, CD is 4x. That is all. Half of its base. Okay? Number 6. Same type of thing, but it's going to take a little bit of algebra, but I'm not afraid. I can do some algebra. Slide it over 6. Okay, so I know that 2x plus 6 is half as big as x plus 4, okay? So, if I want to make it equal, I'm going to double this one. So I'm going to take 2 times my SR, or 2 times 2x minus 6 would make them equal. Okay, one more time. If I double this, it'd make them equal, because it's half as big. So if I double this, it'd make the 2 equal. So I doubled SR to make them equal. Okay, now let's just solve. I got a 4x minus 12 equals an x plus 4, right? And then I go minus x minus x. I'm going to have a squeeze all this over here. I'll have a 3x equals, 3x minus 12 equals 4, plus 12 plus 12, 3x equals 16. Divided by 3, x is 5.3 repeating, or 5 1/3. Okay, now I need to find SR, so plug that in. So I'm just going to take my 5 1/3, I'll plug it right there, okay? Alright, so I'm going to go, okay, I can do this. 2 times 5.3 repeating minus 6, and I get an answer about 4.6 repeating for the length of that. Okay, I just plugged it in, my calculator. See, 2 times 5.3 minus 6. So I get this SR to be about 4 2/3, or 4.6 repeating. Okay? How am I doing? If I get going too fast, just have Mr. Fredericks pause it and go back to it. Okay? Ready? Turn the page. Okay, now 6. Well, this is pretty easy. Show if the triangle exists. So any two sides have to be bigger than a third side. So let's test it out. So is 4 plus 5 greater than 13? Let's see. Uh-oh. No. 4 plus 5 is 9. No. No triangle exists. Well, that was easy. We got the first one right off the bat. It just wouldn't fit if you tried to draw it. Okay, how about 7? Is 4 plus 6 greater than 11? No. That one does not exist either. That's another no. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 is not greater than 11. No. Boy, they're both bad. Okay, I can do that. All right. That was pretty easy. Hopefully it's that easy on the test. Okay, number 7. First of all, let's graph it. Got some graph paper out. Hopefully you have graph paper too. I'm going to go list the angles from least to greatest. So, okay, I'm going to go draw in my graph. Put it so you can see it better. And let's put in some points, huh? A is at -2, 3. B is at 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1. There's B. And C is at 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's C. All right. Draw in my triangle. Well, some things seem pretty obvious, okay? Just by pure inspection, I am pretty sure this is the smallest side. That would make angle B the smallest. So, least greatest. I know angle B is the smallest, okay? Angle B is the smallest, for sure. And one of the ways I can find out how big it is just by Pythagorean's theorem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So if I made a right triangle out of this, if I really did make a right triangle of this, use Pythagorean's theorem to see my right triangle out of that, so I could say, okay, what's 5 squared plus 3 squared is 25 plus 9, which is 34, square root of 34, okay? It's angle B. Now, I'm not sure about these two, but it sure looks like the CB is bigger, but let's go ahead and find out what the size of this is. So again, if I use Pythagorean's theorem, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 4 and 7. See the right triangle? 4 and 7. If we use Pythagorean's theorem, we got 4 squared plus 7 squared equals C squared, so 16 plus 49. I don't know. 16 plus 49, 65. Okay, let's compare that. So that's square root of 65. Square root of 65. Let's compare it to CB. Again, I can make a right triangle out of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 and 9. Let's see. 4 and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 9. Alright, so it's 4 squared plus 9 squared equals C squared, right? 16 plus 81. 16 plus 81. 97. Square root of 97. Okay, so here we go. Okay, square root of 97. Okay, I've already proven it. It looked bigger. It is bigger. This side is bigger than this side. CB is bigger than AB, so I know that. The biggest angle is angle A. So that means angle C has to be the middle angle. So I'm going to go, okay, from least to greatest, I'll go angle C, and then I'll go angle A, because we know that the biggest angle is opposite the biggest side. Okay, I got it. I can do this. It seemed that way anyway. All right. Almost done. Number 8, compare. All right, well, that's easy to compare. If this angle, 40 degrees, is bigger than 35, then SV, right, SV, that's this side, SV has got to be greater than my other side, which is my TU. So SV is greater than, my pin's dying on me, SV is greater than TU. Obviously, okay? All right, now number 9 is a little bit harder, but we can do this. It says write an inequality. So before we do anything, I like to label the angles. Okay, let's call it angle B and angle A. Angle B and angle A. You guys okay with that? Here's what I know. Because of the 12 and the 10, angle A is bigger than angle B. Because of the 12 and the 10, I know that angle A is bigger than angle B. Okay, so angle B, so I can see right off the bat that angle B, let's see if I can do some work up here. Angle B is less than angle A. I'm sure of that because this side is smaller than this side, so these two have to be like that. Okay, so then right off the bat, what I'm going to do, oh, and by the way, this side is equal to this side. I forgot to tell you that, but that's true. Okay, so here's what we got. We know that 2x minus 1 has to be less than 25 degrees because angle B is less than angle A. So let's solve. Okay, plus 1, 2x is less than 26. Divide by 2, x is less than 13. Okay, now that makes sense because if x is 13, then they'd be equal. They can't be equal. If x is less than 13, like 10, let's say 2 times 10 is 20, minus 1 is 19, that could work because this angle has to be less. But don't forget, there's another piece to this. This angle can't be 0. There's another piece. This angle can't be 0 because if angle B is 0, you have no angle, which means you have no triangle. Okay, so we also have to say, with the second part, that angle B has to be greater than 0. Because if angle B is less than 0, there's no triangle. So let's take our 2x minus 1 and make sure it's greater than 0. And let's solve. Plus 1, divide by 2, so x must be greater than 1/2. Okay, so we need both parts in order to have this triangle work. So right at the bat, we're going to say this statement, that 1/2 is less than x, which is less than 13. That's what I want. Okay, so that's basically the quiz. There might be a few other little things in there, but you'll have to wait and see tomorrow. You can use your notes. I will be back tomorrow morning, so if you want to talk to me during flex, you can, or early in the morning.